Hi, this is Kurt from the Help Desk. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time today to speak about something we use day in and day out, and that is our browser. What exactly is a browser, why it's important, and which browsers work the best with our ATSU systems. As you know, there are many browsers on the market. There is Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Google makes Chrome, and Apple makes a browser named Safari. And all these are great browsers. However, there are certain browsers that work better with our systems as opposed to other browsers. So I promise this won't take too much of your time, and I hope you find this to be beneficial.
Hey, this is Scott from Google. We're here in Times Square, New York to find out what is a browser.
A website that you can search on, I think.
I call it the search engine. That's what I call it, the browser.
What is a browser?
Browser's a search engine. It's a search engine. Browse. Right.
It's where I search through, like, to find things.
It's where you put your search terms, correct?
What is a browser?
Google. What else?
Browser is what you use to look at internet web pages.
What is a browser? I use the Yahoo. No, is that not a browser?
Do you know what the difference is between a search engine and a browser?
Well, not exactly. I mean, no. I don't know. I guess the internet is just where you find anything, and I guess you browse the same way. Hell, I don't know.
A browser is when you know what you're looking for, and a search engine is when you're searching for something.
I assume a browser is the way to get on, but no, I don't know much.
So do you know what the difference is between Google and your browser?
No, not really.
What browser do you use?
I use Firefox.
What made you switch to Firefox?
My friend came over to my house and erased all my other browsers and installed it and said, "You're using this now."
What browser do you guys use?
Google.
I have AOL. We go through broadband.
The big E with the Explorer, I guess. I'm not a computer guy. I might be the wrong one for this.
What browser do you guys like to use?
We use Google.
I use Google. Google predominates the market, obviously, but occasionally I like to go to Yahoo just to get in some business.
Yeah, I use Internet Explorer and Mozilla Firefox.
Oh, is that your internet browser? Help!
The most important program on your computer is your web browser. And yet, most people aren't sure which web browser they're using or what a web browser even is. Let me try to explain by first telling you what a web browser is not. A web browser is different from Windows or Mac, which are systems that allow you to manage files and programs. And it's different from a search engine, which is a website that is used to search the internet. Instead, a web browser is a program on your computer that allows you to visit websites. You get to your web browser by clicking on its icon. From there, you enter web addresses, and the web browser displays the web pages for you. The web browser is the most important piece of software on your computer because every web page runs through it. So a faster web browser means that you'll save time on every web page you open. Installing a new web browser is free and only takes minutes. So take a moment to choose a web browser that you like best today.
Okay, so we've seen several potential answers as to what a browser is and what a browser is not. And I'd just like to speak a little bit about what browsers work the best with particular ATSU systems. As you can see right now, I have Internet Explorer open. You can look in the upper left-hand corner and see the blue E, and this is probably the browser most people use, and it's a good browser. However, there are other browsers that work better with ATSU systems. This is actually Google Chrome, and you can tell it's laid out a little bit differently. And one other browser here is Mozilla Firefox. Now, to begin with, when it comes to ATSU Gmail, we found that Google Chrome is far and away the best browser to use with your ATSU Gmail. So, when it comes to Gmail, just log into mail.atsu.edu, of course. log in. And as you can see, it loads fairly quickly. I'm going to log in to the same website with Internet Explorer. And as you can see, it is a little bit slower. So we're still waiting for it to load up. And there it came. So as you can see, there is quite a bit of difference in speed when it comes to the Gmail system, and far and away Google Chrome is the best. Now, if you wish to get Google Chrome installed on your computer, real simple. Just in Internet Explorer, go to Google and do a quick search for Google Chrome. And the first link will show you how to download and install it. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this, close all my tabs. I'm going to go ahead and open up Firefox. Now, Firefox also works well with the ATSU Gmail system, and it is definitely faster than Internet Explorer. So when it comes to ATSU Gmail, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, either one of those are really going to work pretty well for you. When it comes to WebCT or Blackboard, we found that Mozilla Firefox does work the best with Blackboard. So you'll need to have the latest version of Java installed, and again, easiest way to do that is just go to google.com, type in Java, and make sure that you have the latest version of Java installed. Just click on the free Java download. Now, when it comes to Great Plains actually requires that you use, if I can spell here, it requires that you use Internet Explorer, and that's just one of Microsoft's things. Since you're accessing a Microsoft system, they require that you use Internet Explorer to do that. So as you can see, you can have multiple browsers loaded on your computer system, and I like to keep mine down in the system tray, where depending on which system I'm using, I can launch the browser that I wish to use. So I have Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Internet Explorer. This brings up another issue. When you have multiple browsers on your system, you'll notice that they tend to fight with each other as to which browser will be your default browser. My take on this is that whichever browser you use the most, set that one in as your default browser and let the other ones be set in as secondary browsers. It's real easy to do this. I'm going to go to the options of Google Chrome, and as you can see, the default browser is currently Google Chrome. Now, if Google Chrome was not my default browser, I could simply click on this button and make Google Chrome my default browser. Now, to do the same thing in Internet Explorer, I have Internet Explorer open. I'm going to go to Internet Options. I'm going to go to Programs, and as you can see, under Programs, Default Web Browser. Internet Explorer is not currently the default web browser. Would you like to make it the default? Click on this if you would like to make it the default. Now, here's the thing. When you install another browser and Internet Explorer detects this, it will basically prompt you to reset Internet Explorer as your default browser. Simply say, forget it, I don't know the exact dialogue, but basically what you would say is, well, here, I'll just do it. Tell me if Internet Explorer is my default browser. Okay, I'm going to relaunch Internet Explorer now. Uh-oh, it says Internet Explorer is not your default browser. Would you like to make it your default browser? Always check this, always perform this check when starting Internet Explorer. I do not want it to be my default browser. Okay, same thing with Firefox. I'm going to launch Firefox here, and it is Tools, Options, and oh, here it is. It was right here. System defaults. Always check to see if Firefox is the default browser on startup. Check now. Firefox is not currently your default browser. Would you like to make it your default? No, I would not, because I'm using Google Chrome. So again, in review, ATSU Gmail, use Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Blackboard, WebCT, use Mozilla Firefox. Internet Explorer, use it to access your Great Plains data or your paycheck data. So anyway, I hope you found this beneficial, and hopefully this clears up some any questions anyone may have. So again, if you have any questions, please call the help desk, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. Have a good day.